This was the fifth meeting that I've had with my Chinese counterpart, the Vice Premier, Hu Lifeng, and we covered a wide range of issues, and I think we've reached a substantial framework for the two leaders who will meet in Korea next Thursday. So, on the table, the president had given me maximum leverage when he threatened 100% tariffs if the Chinese imposed their rare earth global export controls. So I think we have averted that so that the tariffs will be averted. This was the fifth meeting that I've had with my Chinese counterpart, the Vice Premier, Hu Lifeng, and we covered a wide range of issues, and I think we've reached a substantial framework for the two leaders who will meet in Korea next Thursday. So, on the table, the president had given me maximum leverage when he threatened 100% tariffs if the Chinese imposed their rare earth global export controls. So I think we have averted that so that the tariffs will be averted. And we have a regular quarterly meeting with the Chinese. It was scheduled for November 10th or before November 10th. I don't think we will have to have that. So we have been rolling the tariffs quarterly. So we agreed on that. We also agreed on substantial agriculture purchases for U.S. farmers. We agreed that the Chinese would begin to help us with the precursor chemicals for this terrible fentanyl epidemic that's ravaging our country. So I would say that it was a very good meeting overall. I'm not sure what you meant is they had threatened to put a global export licensing regime, and I believe that they are going to delay that for a year while they re-examine it.
Friends from the press, good afternoon. Thank you very much for your continued attention to China-US trade and economic consultations. First of all, I would also like to thank our host, the Malaysian government, for the warm hospitality and meticulous arrangement they accorded to us. Over the past more than a month's time, you have also witnessed some twists and turns as well as turbulences in China-US trade and economic relations which has caught international attention. Since the Geneva talks in May this year, the Chinese side has been honestly and conscientiously following the consensus of the phone calls between our presidents and implementing the consensus and arrangements made in previous consultations. We have been carrying forth stabilizing this hard-won stable development of our trade and economic relationship, and the current turbulences and twists and turns are the ones that we do not wish to see. Yesterday and today in Kuala Lumpur, the two sides have candid and in-depth discussions and exchanges on topics of mutual interest, including multiple issues such as export control, the longer-term extension of our reciprocal tariffs, the fentanyl-related tariffs, as well as cooperation on crackdown on fentanyl issues, as well as the expansion of bilateral trade, the U.S. Section 301 measures regarding port fees, etc. The two sides had constructive exchanges, dialogue on these issues. The U.S. position has been tough, whereas China has been firm in defending its own interests and rights. Over the past more than a day's time, we have experienced very intense consultations and engaged in constructive exchanges in exploring solutions and arrangements to address these concerns. The two sides have reached preliminary consensus on these issues, and next we are each going to go through our domestic internal approval processes. And following this round of consultations, the two sides come to or continue to realize the importance of a stabilized China-US trade and economic relationship, which is good for both China and the United States, good for the world as well. Going forward, we will continue to strengthen communication and to actively contribute and make effort to further stabilize our trade and economic relationship. I would like to add that in the process of our consultation, Our two teams have always been respecting each other and the consultation has been conducted in an equal